What's good, everybody? This is your boy Ced Banner, and this is my review of Thor Ragnarok. So no delay, let's jump right into this. This has been long awaited by film fans, Marvel fans, Hulk fans. It's been long awaited. So the thing about Thor, his franchise is kind of weird in my opinion, because the films are not bad. The first two installments in the Thor franchise were not bad, but they were not great. They did not stand out. They were just good. They pretty much served as placeholders and kind of bridges to the next big thing, which was Avengers and then Ultron. That's pretty much what the films have served as, but no one really ever says, man, I can't wait for the next Thor. So if you keep up with the new Star Trek franchise, the whole reboot, there have been 3 now. The first 2 were more serious, evenly kind of darker tone films, and with the third film, Star Trek Beyond, they changed direction and got Justin Lin in the director's chair and really just lightened the mood, lightened the entire environment in the film, and the content was still there and was still good, but the third film, Beyond, was so different from the previous 2 that it kept the franchise, or has kept and is keeping the franchise fresh. And that's what Marvel did here, which really surprised me that they did it with Thor. I would expect them to do it elsewhere. We know they took a risk with Iron Man 3 and brought in Shane Black, and that was a huge mistake. I didn't think so at first, but after it kind of sunk in what had happened, yeah, that was a huge disaster. But Marvel took a risk here, and they brought in relatively unknown, or completely unknown as far as I know, director Waititi. I believe I'm pronouncing it correct, but he's only done some independent work just to really kind of, you know, get it to sink in how huge of a risk this was for Marvel as a whole. I mean, we know we're about to get to Infinity Wars, so there really can't be any missteps right now. They're coming off of Guardians 2, which was a huge success and a great movie also. The first Thor was directed by Kenneth Branagh, who, if you keep up with him or have heard of him, is a classically trained Shakespearean actor. So to go from that to a relatively unknown who wants to completely change the tone of your franchise, wow, you know, kudos to Marvel for even taking that risk. I've always accused them of playing it safe. They did not do that in this case. So I can't go into the detail I would like to go into without spoiling anything, so I'll just hit some high points here. Starting on with the hand casting, A+. Perfect. Of course, Hemsworth as Thor, still killing it. Tom Hiddleston is still a joy to watch on screen as the frustrating yet funny Loki. You know, Idris Elba does a great job when he's on screen. A lot better than what I expected, actually. We have Cate Blanchett brought in as Hela, the villain. Wow, she killed it. Awesome villain and really fit well into this film. There's Carl Urban, who does a great job. I mean, there's a lot of cameos that I won't give away. Great cameos. Casting and acting was on point. And this film is so funny. It's such a comedic relief type action film that these actors could have easily made this corny. They could have overacted it, or they could have just completely missed it as far as the comedic timing goes. But they nailed it. And there's my boy, the Hulk, played by Ruffalo. Does a great job as always. He is the Hulk. They never need to recast the character. He is the guy. He and Hemsworth as Banner and Thor are awesome together. Their on-screen chemistry was amazing and really caught me off guard. Probably caught most people off guard. A lot of times it felt like you were watching this awesome, funny cop buddy comedy. They just really played well off of each other. The writing and the plot, A+, amazing. This could have easily been terrible and could have been a mess. It really could have been, because you're tying in so much and you're bringing in a character, Hulk, who's been away for 2 years since Age of Ultron, and he's different now. He's not the Hulk that flew away on that plane or that jet at the end of Age of Ultron. This could have been a huge disaster. It was not. I mean, it couldn't have been done better. It could not have been done better. The pacing, you know, I'm huge on pacing. I talk about that in every single review. Some of the best pacing I've ever experienced in a film. The comedy, great. The one-liners, the zingers, excellent. I don't think any really ever missed. There are some supporting characters here that are just hilarious and really help carry the film along. But everyone in the film is funny, which really shocked me. And you would think that this type of film being funny from beginning to end would be a huge mistake for the type of film it is. But no, the action, the urgency, all of that is still there. The seriousness is still there. The risks are still there. But the comedy is just like a character on its own. So the plot and the writing, awesome. Kudos to the writers and to the director. Lastly, the scenery, the CGI, special effects, cinematography, all of that on point. And it's original. We don't get that anymore. We don't get originality in action films anymore, especially comic superhero films. I can't compare this to anything. You see hints of some classics, like there's some Mad Max inspiration there. So I even saw some Tron, going all the way back to Tron. Saw that inspiration there in the film, but it's original, man. The camera work and the way the score, the soundtrack plays into these scenes is just really awesome, man. This entire film is really a clinic for anyone that's making film for DC, for anyone that's wanting to compete with Marvel. This film is a clinic, and Marvel, if they are smart, they will keep this director Waititi on the payroll and use him a lot more often. My negatives for the film, none, and that's that. So my rating for Thor Ragnarok is amazing. That's it. It's amazing. The film is perfection. Everything I've said up to this point, it's the complete package. I'll definitely be seeing it again. I've talked to a lot of friends who say they will be seeing it again. This is, I can say at this point, it's in my top 3 favorite superhero films of all time. I can already say I put it there. And I might give it some more titles a little later after I see it again, but if you were thinking about seeing it and weren't sure, or if you just didn't know if it would be worth trying to sit through a film that looks like it's going to be mostly comedy, don't question it any longer. Go see it. It's worth every dollar you pay. If you see it in IMAX, which I did, awesome. Marvel's got it all together. They're on track now, and it's going to be hard to knock. That concludes my review of Thor Ragnarok. My next review, more than likely, will be in a couple of weeks for my Super Bowl, Justice League. Yeah, shut up. So until my next review, hey.